Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 41, Express Yourself and Alchemize Freedom. So, all my symptoms are gone. I realized this when I realized that it was gone from my system. If it wouldn't be for me showing up here, I probably would have just moved on. Very interesting. So this is 108 days of internal alchemy with me, Sara. So today I'm gonna move a little bit. So drop into your spinal flow and just say hello to the body. Just see what happens. So welcome to 108 days of internal alchemy with me, Sara. I'm here to open up my body fully, to operate from truth and love and God frequency fully, do God's work fully, allow myself to be guided fully. Just dropping in. If you're new here, welcome. This is a guided journey, so I suggest you start from the beginning. Now I remember when I was very young and I was doing aerobics in the 90s. From the top. There's like a routine building. It's like if you just jump in mid-season, it's like you're lost. It was no fun. So I advise you to begin from the beginning because we are building you up. Okay. Breath of life on your knees. Find your own rhythm. So I've been through the ringer these couple of days, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. So as the fear is starting to release, apparently more fear decided to come, and I've been accessing a level of freeze today that has been so deeply unpleasant, and I just managed to move through it before this session. Incredible. There's nothing like that gratitude on the other side. There's just a gratitude for life when you come out of one of those. Okay, so now we are starting to move into the expression. So last session, someone came up with a brilliant idea to start talking instead of writing. And I'm getting responses for that was a good thing. So I highly suggest that you start sharing what's on your mind. So you see, I'm doing this and talking. You can do that too. So maybe you want to hear what I'm saying, but then you can mumble for yourself or, I don't know, find your way. Because when you start to put your truth into words, that's when you start to alchemize. However, there's two levels of expression I want to touch on today. There's one expression in the alchemy, and there's one expression in the energy. Wow, my body really wants to do this. Okay, relax. Just enjoy the feeling. Allow the energy to sink. So what we want to start to do is that we want to move the expression from the thoughts to the words, to the alchemy, to the actions, to the movement. So there's one expression in the alchemy. That's what we're doing now. When you talk to me, that's raw, that's real, that can be emotional, it's unfiltered. Because we're in this container, it's like we put up an energetic field, so what we say doesn't hurt anyone else. It's just our raw, true expression from a level of hurt or joy or whatever we want to do. But it has nothing to do with anyone else. That's what we can do in the alchemy. When we step into the energetics, and that's what we are doing in the mastermind, then we look at who are we, how do we navigate, how do we express ourselves? And then the question is, am I expressing myself? Does that reflect who I am? Does that reflect who I want to be? Or is the alchemy process leaking out to the world? And that's when we're not holding our energetic boundaries from when we are alchemizing and when we are, operating the world from our truest selves. And this is where we want the soul to lead. So the soul leads with love, truth, and trust. Okay. Don't grab your notebook, but this is the space to talk. So start talking, and we move at the same time. So now we are moving away from the pen, and we're moving into expression. So tell me what's on your heart. What's going on? It's like you come in from it's like the child coming in from the playground, like this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. Talk about it. Release it. Express it. When you put words to your truth, when you live in absolute truth, then you can change your frequency from there. But if you never access the truth, there's no real frequency to work with, because it's just an illusion. It's just false. So when you start to express like this, move like this, act like this, this is why I want you to get a bolster also. It's the rage practice. Okay, and allow it to sink. See what happens with the energy. So this is where, if you slow down now, I'll be quiet for a little bit and just be with yourself. And just pay attention. So what is alive within you? Did something calm down? Or does it feel like you put a stick in a beehive and everything is just all over the place? So it can be different, Sometimes it's just bees everywhere. I'm having like these huge wasps are building a huge nest outside my gym. And because they've been coming inside, and I'm like, where are you guys coming from? But we are friends, so I don't freak out. I just allow them to be there. But if you kind of poke them, they're going to be pissed off. And that can be the feeling sometimes. But if we are in that sensation, you just allow it to calm down. And if there's something still alive, then you need to do more alchemy. So you stay with the alchemy until you are done. And if you enjoy these sessions and you want more, longer, deeper, more like 75-minute fascia, 75-minute breathwork, 75-minute internal alchemy with everything, with the tremors and everything, then I highly suggest our membership, the Wellspring. It's I think it's like $55 a month. You sign up for 3 months minimum for like $111. And you get access to a library of more than 80 sessions. And they go through topics. So you move through actual topics that we work with, like here, but just deeper. And then we host 2 sessions a month. Live means in live. Okay. So this is where you pay attention to your body. Is it calming down? What does it want? What does it need? So sometimes to be able to calm down, we have to process more. We have to alchemize more, because what the past is in small bubbles like this in the fascia. So you work hard, you find a bubble, then you have to alchemize that bubble, then that closes, and there's love inside instead, and the body raises its life force because it doesn't have to spend any time keeping this pressure down. Yeah. I got quiet because there's just ideas flowing, so I have to wait until they stop so I can go back to what I'm doing. That's the challenge of this, having so many energies working at the same time. So when we access one of these bubbles, so I just relaxed and then it came back. Okay, so when you access these bubbles, you need to follow what the energy wants to do when you process it. So when you speak to it, you might open up a bubble. You might open up a bubble and you speak inside of that bubble. What you do is alchemize the energy until the energy is cleared, and then the body goes, great, and then we go on to the next. That's what we do. And eventually there's no more bubbles. Because when you alchemize like this, you don't create new things. And there is a limited amount of, unprocessed stuff that you can have, because, that's just how it works. On your knees. Express if you need. Slow down. Allow it to rest. So this is where it's like the jellyfish. So we alchemize, and then we drop in, and we kind of, okay, is there a new truth available? Do I feel a bit different? What's happening? Is it moving? So we follow the energy and we kind of move the parts of the body where we feel like the alchemy is happening, or where we are in pain, or where body says this feels good, or wherever the body is guiding you to. So we check in. And when we start doing this deliberately, we also start to realize, like when you then walk into the energetics, which is how to navigate in in the world with all the difficulties that's going on and all the things we are entangled with, and the behaviors and the patterns from the past, how they come out and how they show us. So that is where we practice. We practice to be the person that we know that we truly are. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed. But that's where we practice love, truth, and trust in thought, in word, and in action. So now you can grab your notebook if you want, because it's good to mix things up a bit. But if you're on a roll with the talking, then you just like, nope, not doing that. So just share the expression waiting to come out in the alchemy is. And if you want to speak that, you do that. If you want, you can work a little bit with the eyes as you speak, if you do that. So when we're not writing, we want to be in motion. So alchemy is movement. It's moving with the sensation, with the energy, with the belief systems aligned. And that's when we can, when all the four bodies are in on the alchemy and all the four bodies are aware and turned on, then the energy can move very quickly outside. Because usually it's the belief system that blocks it, or it's the nervous system that blocks it, or it's our expression that blocks it. We just shrink to fit. Zip. Save for later. No more. Let's work a little bit with the fascia in the face. So this is a practice from Human Garage. One hand on the other side of the nose by the eyes, and you pull. So you pull kind of this no, that direction. that direction. And then you take the other hand backwards and you stretch, and you move the upper part of the spine, the neck, the shoulders, round and round. Breathing deeply through the nose, out through the mouth. And here, if you can start to take deep breaths with an exhalation, that's phenomenal for, I will tell you later. Relax, shake off the hands. Spinal flow a little bit, move the energy. So when you hum, you activate the vagus nerve and you really start to drop the system. So what we want is we want to start to guide energy from the head and down. Because stress pushes our energy upwards, away from the root and up to the mind. So when we can move the pressure down, we also slow down the mind. And that's really what we want to do. So we're taking a bit of a detour to the head and then down to the belly. So I was shown that this is the way we have to do. I mean, that was obvious. Okay, other side. Oh. 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 Relax. Tune into the neck. Roll your shoulders. So we want to open up the shoulders and the neck. Because I realized that this is the part that is really stuck on me. And a lot of people have a lot of tightness in the shoulders. So with the spinal flow, it's almost like you allow the energy to sink while you are moving. So we open up the energy in the face, rub your hands together, and you start to, this is part of a lymphatic massage. I like when you do one thing and it has multiple effects. So this is activating your lymph and it's moving your fascia. Tap a little bit and just pull it down. Pull the energy down. Move over to the ears. You can have 2 fingers behind or 1 finger behind and the rest in front. A little bit behind. Waking up the body, waking up the head, moving the energy. Firm grip, tight. You move as much as you want. Up to the forehead, the temples, maybe up to the head. Massaging firmly in the, all through the scalp. Grabbing the hair with one hand, if you have any. If you don't, you grab the scalp. And you twist it and you turn the head the other direction so that you are twisting with the hair. And then you're pulling the forehead the other direction. So I'm turning my head this way, but I'm pulling the forehead the other way. And then I have the hair meeting the other direction. And then you can twist. Remember to breathe deep in through the nose. And let go. Okay, this can make you a little bit dizzy. So now you allow the energy to sink. Calm yourself down. That's the most important thing. Calm yourself down. That is what we are practicing here. Calming ourselves down in any moment. So we are deliberately causing a little bit of fire, but then we practice to allow it to settle. That's the mastery. Guiding and directing the energy. Activating triggers, old wounds in small portions. And just removing. Teaching the body how to flow with the alchemy. Breath of life. Slow or strong, follow your body. And express what's on your heart. What's in your body. What's happening. Follow. Express. Alchemize. Gratitude. Thank you. Receiving. Prayer. Gratitude. Allow the silence. Just observe, chin to chest, close down the eyes. Deep breath. Drop down the energy into the belly. Arrive into the belly. Put your hands on the belly. So from here, just pay attention. Is there any energies that we need to pay a little bit of extra attention to? So it doesn't leak out in the energetics when we move through the world, because they don't deserve our pain. They're not the one to carry it. We are the ones to carry it. But usually we carry it here. I know I have, but I'm letting that go. Some can carry it in the chest. Some carry it in the organs. The body chooses different ways in different people. So you are here to find yours. But in the belly, that's a lot of energy. It's the emotional center. So we remember to be kind to ourselves when we are opening the doors to the past or to the hurt or to whatever we need to look at. If there's fear. So my thing now is the fear that I'm accessing. Just remember for myself to be kind. And then eventually we move through it. Thank you. Comments here. Love this session. Very powerful. Nice. So happy. The miracle season option is running out. The end of July, it will be activated. So the mystery option for $111 is still available for those who are curious. Only the ones who sign up will know what it is. Very exciting. Tomorrow is the next episode of my behind the scenes podcast, The Alchemist's Process. I have no clue what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. That's going to be interesting. But I really feel like there's something new coming after this huge thing that I've been working through. So I can feel tomorrow has already come through. So there's a lot of creative energy and a lot of fun things coming. Thank you for today. Drop into the Telegram group if you feel called. Tomorrow is the check-in. So if you have comments or questions, I reply at least once a week, usually or more often. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. If you have questions, post them in the comments. That's it. I'm keeping my time today under 30 minutes. I'm back on track. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Well done. You are fabulous. And express yourself in the alchemy and keep your boundaries in the energy. And that's what we learn to master in the mastermind, the combination.